Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. This is the last installment on my mother load videos. I've gone through most of these except for the last three. We got a Toro recycler and 2 craftsmen to go. So far one of these wouldn't start, and I think it was valve issues. I think it was backfiring through the carburetor, so that's going to be a parts deal. And I had already separated the non-runners in the beginning, so I already know I got 6 that are just going to be parts machines. So we got a couple of them missing recoils on a Murray and a Hyper Tough. I've got a parts pressure washer. The pump is frozen up on that one. That has a service ticket on it. This Toro's missing the rear wheels, but he gave them to me. So I don't know if that's a gearing issue. I didn't try to start that. It's on a block, so it's not on the ground. The MTD surprisingly ran. This is the one with the bent front wheel. It's got some rust there in the front. So the Snapper commercial unit, he already told me that engine shot, so I might try to round up something to fit that commercial unit. I've never messed with a Snapper commercial. He said if I got it running, it'd be worth something. The bag came with it. So let's mess with these last 3. I already know this Craftsman 5.5 horsepower is not going to start. I checked the oil. The oil was bone dry. I spun it over by hand, and there's definitely some resistance, so we might have a parts machine here on our hands with the Craftsman. I did put some diesel fuel through the spark plug hole, and I'm letting it sit. Maybe I can free it up. My hopes are not high on this Craftsman. I think whoever had it ran it into the ground and brought it to the mower shop, and he said no go, it's toast. So we got a Toro here, 6.5 recycler. It has a Tecumseh engine on it. The safety brake cable is broken, so I've got some vice grips opening up the coil so we can get some spark out of this thing. I have the cover off, the air filter cover. So let me give this thing a squirt and see what we can do. Okay, that thing ran until the vice grips popped off due to the vibration. So the safety brake cable screwed up on that one. That'll be a special order from Toro. So that'll probably cost me an arm and a leg. What I'll do is clean the car, make sure it's running on its own with the vice grip trick. If everything's up to snuff, then I'll go ahead and order the safety brake cable. It's a personal pace machine, so it's got a funky cable, special order. So this 21-inch Craftsman, 7 horsepower. We'll go to this one next. I had to moose piss the bolts to the air cleaner cover. Those were rusted shut, so I let that sit for a couple hours in the sun, loosened up those 2 bolts. So we're ready to go. I'll give this a shot and see what we got. Little bit of debris. So this old Craftsman's got potential. It fired off with happy juice. The deal with this one is the safety brake cable bar is missing off of the handlebars, so I'd have to order another one from Sears. So same thing with this one. I have a temporary bar on it from another Craftsman, but it's not the right size, but it's doing the job temporarily. I just wanted to see if this thing would start. So same thing with this one. We may get lucky with this one actually, because the fuel tank is bone dry and it fired off with a shot of happy juice. This thing might run on its own if I fill that tank with some fuel, and then special order the safety brake handlebar for this. This is a front wheel drive unit, so it would have some value. So all in all, I think out of all of them, we're going to be able to make a couple of bucks. I'll be able to break even if I just sell $100 machine, and the rest are going to be profit, and then I'll use those other donor candidates for pick and pull parts, which I'm always thankful to have. It's always nice when you're working on a project, you just snatch what you need right then and there instead of waiting 2 weeks. If you've got a special order something, it just keeps the inventory moving out the door. So I appreciate you kids and cadets coming out and looking at these last 3 candidates for resurrection: 2 Craftsman and the Toro recycler, the old Tecumseh. I do have 2 or 3 of those old Tecumsehs in my scrap yard with a couple of good carburetors, so that's not going to be an issue on the Tecumseh. Okay, have a good day today. Thanks for checking out my channel. Talk to you soon.